What is a grocery store item that customers always forget?
Always forget?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like mayo or mustard.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Bleep the Budget. I am your host, Megan McDonald, Senior Community Relations Specialist of Forefront Credit Union. Today, I am joined in the studio by Brock Crandall. He is one of the co-founders of the super cool company called Stocked. It's a very unique grocery delivery service born in Northern Michigan, scaled to take over the entire U.S., I think. So, Brock, welcome to Bleep the Budget.
Hi. Glad to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're glad to be here.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Brock, I have gone onto your website. I know a little bit about the story of how you invented Stocked with, sounds like maybe some of your friends. But those of us who don't know, listeners out there, tell us a little bit about how Stocked was born.
Yeah. Man, I've told this story quite a few times. So, went out to Colorado my first time and was like the most excited I've ever been. We bought this Epic Pass, which is like ski all you want.
Okay.
It's like, it was like $700 at the time. And like, we like so pumped to get out there and went out there. And the first thing we had to do was like pack our car with like, we flew all our gear out, snowboard, skis, everything. And it was like 6 dudes in a rental car. And all our stuff. So we had like no room.
Okay.
And so we like, all right, well, now we got to go get like groceries for the week because we're not going to eat out every night. We're not going to go to lunch every day. We're not going to go to breakfast every day. Like,
Sure.
Got to have stuff at the place. So we didn't know where any of the grocery stores were. And some of the grocery stores like only sold beer and wine. They didn't have liquor. So like
The necessities.
Yeah. So then we had to like find a separate store to go buy the liquor and whatever because like the laws, they didn't allow like liquors with beer and grocery stores. It was weird.
Oh, anyway. I forget. Yeah, some
like
states
some
are not
law.
like Michigan. Yeah.
So it's like not everything was in one place.
Okay.
And that like ate a whole day out of our trip and that like really bugged me. It really bugged a lot of us. But like specifically, I thought about this like while I was out there, while I got back. We went out on the trip again the second year and the same thing happened.
Oh, Brock, come on.
Yeah. And I was like, and we were dudes. We don't plan like, No.
Go ahead,
so
continue.
It's like, we all came back with like potato chips and beer and we're like, all right, we're ready for the week. And it's like, no, we need like sandwich stuff. So anyway, I got back from the trip, got laid off my job. And then I was like, okay, like now what do I do? Let's start this company where like the groceries can be delivered before your vacation.
Yeah. So you basically took a problem and figured out a way to solve it then.
Yes. Yeah.
And make it a business.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's how a lot of
it's
really
like
good businesses are usually born.
It's like, all right, you found a problem. Like, how can you fix it? Is it scalable? Can you do it, as a successful business?
Sure.
And that's what we're doing currently. Like, we're 5 years in.
Okay.
But anyway, I called my college roommate and I was like, dude, what do you think about this idea? Like, this happened out west. Like, and he was like, I love this idea. I want to do it with you. And this happens to me, but except in a different version. I have kids. And it's like the worst thing ever is like having to go grocery shopping after a long day of travel. It's like either like my wife and I are fighting on who goes and who stays with the kids, and like, so like he understood the problem and he's like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So just opened up the computer and like day by day just kind of started picking away, kind of created like a website at first and then it started like evolving and it's like, okay, we need to do this and this. And like we started just building off of that and like figuring out like what would it take to like get like people to order from this just basic website.
Yeah.
And have it in the fridge and before they showed up. So
okay.
Like, it took us like 6 to 8 months to develop the product, got our MVP and launched it in June. So it took us, so like, I think we started, I don't even know what year it was, 2020, 2021? I was
going to say, everything is either pre-COVID or post-COVID. So 2020, I know, is when COVID got really ugly.
Yeah.
When it kind of started. So was it the year after?
It was like somewhere in between.
I mean, if you're 5 years, it's 2026. So let's say 2021.
This will be our 5th year. So like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. launched it in June, like met with like some property managers around the area, and they loved the idea. And like, honestly, it was like, they were great. Like, they were just like super open to it. Like, we'll help you out. Let's, see how we can get customers use it. And then it just like took off, like didn't like take off from there, but like we got our first few orders pretty quickly once we like made the partnership with the, property manager or the host. And, ever since then we just started growing, slowly and carefully. And except for the year we tried to go to Florida. So.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back.
I want to learn more about Florida. For those people who are listening and maybe don't quite understand what exactly Stocked is, I mentioned that it is a unique grocery delivery service. What is it that makes Stocked unique compared to other maybe big name ones like Instacart or Shipt, things like that?
Yep. So we are just like a small team in northern Michigan right now. What makes us unique is the partnership between the property manager and us. So like we are a service for vacationers. So people order their groceries ahead of time. We go in to the property and put everything in the fridge and on the counter neatly and nicely so that they can start their vacation off like immediately. They don't have to go to the grocery store. They don't have to wait for a delivery. They don't have to wait for anything. They're like there. They open the fridge, they crack a beer, they crack, whatever
My
they
kind
order.
of vacation.
Yeah. Yep. So they have like no worries.
When you say that you contract with the Airbnb owners, so are they purchasing the groceries for their folks, or are they giving them the opportunity to order their groceries on their own?
Yep, they're giving them the opportunity. So they're presenting it as like an added service to their guests. So their guest sees it. If they want to utilize it, they can. If they don't have to.
Okay. No, that's awesome.
Yep.
So can only vacationers use it, or could someone like me could?
Yep, you could. Yep. We do home delivery and things like that. That's been a harder market to tap into since there is a bigger players in the market.
Okay.
But we are local, and we would appreciate if people locally used us. Over the big companies. But I get it.
So, how many stores are you currently working with?
We're currently working with like around 20 stores. We want to put a big local emphasis, on the local, markets that are in town, like Burt's Market and Edson Farms and,
Awesome.
Yeah, like local owners and business operators that are in our community. But we do big box stores as well as like, Meijer, Costco,
Okay.
But yeah, we like to support the local, small local guys.
Love that. Yeah. That's super awesome. I saw on your website though that you have all kinds of vendors. You've got grocery stores, you've got specialty markets. So can I then go on and I can place an order? My cart could be full of things from Meijer, Costco, Edson Farms, Burt's, all in one spot, and you guys will literally go shopping for me at each of those places.
Yes.
Yep. That's wild.
So all in one place, all in one cart, and then like when you open your cart up, you can see like what store, you can click on which store you have what products in, things like that. So
that's so cool. Yeah. I was curious, how do you guys keep up with the inventory that the stores have? Because I'm a new mom, so I am definitely always doing either grocery pickup or grocery delivery.
Yep.
I rarely get to physically go into a grocery store and shop for myself anymore, which is okay. I'm okay with it. I love it. But like sometimes like things are out. So are you guys constantly having to update that, or do the stores do that for you?
It depends on what capabilities the store has.
Okay.
If they have a good inventory system, then we can keep, track pretty consistently, probably weekly, if not monthly. But depends on like how small the store is and how much, capabilities they have to keep us updated with pricing.
Okay.
The bigger stores obviously have like APIs and things like that we can connect to. So prices will get, updated automatically. Whereas like smaller stores, we might have to do it manually.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, she is 13 months now. So when I say new mom, we're a little past the first year mark.
Still new. I would say that's new.
Yeah. So it's been fun, but I am all about grocery delivery and grocery pickup services for that reason. It just makes my life a lot easier. So that's awesome. And I think as a mom too, I can say a one-stop shop that I can go to all of those different locations on your website, and you will do all that hard work for me. Because that's my biggest negative. If I need something at Meijer, I need stuff at Costco, like diapers and wipes, but Meijer's got more of the regular food that I need.
Right.
One-stop shop.
Yep. One-stop shop. Yep.
Even cooler to be able to come here on vacation and then have that all done. It's wild. So you guys had an idea. That's awesome. Going back to 2021 when it sounds like you guys started.
Yep.
You were unemployed, so you're like, I need to make this idea happen. I think that sometimes the hardest part, what I have heard from starting a new business, is what exactly that starting point is. What was the first thing that you guys had to do to make this a thing?
It was build a platform
Okay.
for ordering.
Okay.
This is at the time where like DoorDash, Shipt, Instacart, they were like just kind of coming to the area. Like they were like, kind of flirting with it. And we're like, oh, if we can like kind of get ahead of the curve a little bit and maybe, push a little harder and build this thing, we can kind of compete a little bit with like the local delivery. And then we went straight to like Airbnb, stocking fridges, just because like the partnership of having like door code access and stuff like that was like, very, they weren't going to give it to like just random DoorDashers or, Instacart shoppers.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's your specialty then, that you're able to set yourselves apart. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Okay, so you had to build a platform, a website.
Yep.
Did any of you have experience with that?
No.
Okay, so how does someone do that who doesn't have experience?
A lot of YouTube videos, and this is 2020, 2021, like AI wasn't out yet either. So like learning, we were just Googling and YouTube videoing and like just putting together, we used like WordPress, which is just like a hosting, and it was like the most customizable, hosting site that we could use. And we just kind of learned from there. You could buy like plugins and things like that. But like after that, we were like, we need something that's a little more like capable for us, because it just wasn't customizable enough for us to make like a site that worked for specifically what we were doing.
Okay.
But we built out the MVP with WordPress, and it was a nightmare, but it worked, and we started getting orders. It was really cool. Like our phones, we had like notifications, like text messages, but like orders were just like bing, bing, bing. It was like really cool. It's like,
really?
Yeah, it was really cool. It's like a dopamine hit, right? It's like
totally.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, people are using this. Like this is really awesome.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh shoot, I actually have to go deliver all these. So it's like, one of those things.
Yeah.
Until you get busy enough, and then you can hire someone or figure it out. But we built it out, the two of us, and then the third year we brought on a CTO.
When you did first start, what was your cost? You were unemployed at the time, which I'm sure was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, yeah.
Was there a huge cost to starting Stocked?
Well, we did buy like a van that we did put like our logo on and everything.
Okay.
So I actually sold my truck. I paid off my truck that year, and I was like, oh yes, no more car payments. And then I turned the truck in for the van and got another car payment. So it's like, all right, cool. But it was, it was nice to have the truck. I was able to like put down some money on for the van.
Okay. Super expensive van or?
No, it was like probably $9,000.
Okay.
It wasn't anything crazy, just enough to put groceries in and have it was like a moving billboard. Like people saw the stocked van and they were like, oh, I saw you the other day. You were driving on, Cass or like whatever, it's just funny.
Look legit.
Yes. Look legit.
Okay.
Moving billboard. It was kind of cool.
Okay. So $9,000 in a vehicle.
$9,000, yeah. So marketing costs. No, I was kidding.
No, it is marketing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
$9,000 into the vehicle. And then we had payments on it. So it was about like, I think it was like $185 a month.
Okay.
So not terrible. And then to build the website and stuff like that, I mean, we did it ourselves, so it didn't cost, it cost time, didn't cost money.
Okay.
But some of the plugins, I would say it was probably around like $200 a month for the website.
Okay.
Just with like plugins and things that we had to purchase. And then, I have a really good relationship with our lawyer.
Okay. So you guys had to get a lawyer.
Yep, we had a lawyer. We made an LLC.
Okay.
We wanted to do it right.
Lawyer fees. A lot.
He worked with us. He was like, guys, like, I know you're a startup. Like, we can, put off the billing until you guys start actually generating revenue.
Yeah.
Things like that. So he was like super cool with that.
Okay.
And then, obviously now we're good.
Probably had to pay yourselves at some point, right?
Yeah. Well, so I actually didn't work for a while. I was like, I'll be the driver.
Okay.
So every order, I get paid tips or percentage of the order. And then, did that for, I think, a year. And then I started the coffee shop. But the year that I did that, I was working at J&S as like a, bus boy.
Okay.
Great over there. They helped me out. I was like, hey, I'm in a tough spot. Like, you guys hiring, like, start tomorrow. So it was cool. And they were like super flexible. And like, if I only could work 4 hours, I could only work 4 hours.
Okay.
So like, cause I was like meetings, other things that like pop up during the day, I'd have to just like jet, and like super thankful for them for like allowing me to have a flexible like job schedule, especially cause I know like how it is starting out. So that was actually a huge help, but, yeah, just odd jobs here and there too. I did some tiling, things like that, just to make sure the bills are paid. But I also was living with 4 dudes in a house that cost us, I think, $1,200 a month. So it was like $300 a piece.
Yeah.
Bad. But we were living in a house with 4 dudes.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Little give and take there,
yeah.
right?
And like all of us are like 6'2", 6'4". It's like we're just big dudes, and it's like, all right. We could only do this for so long.
Okay.
But yeah.
So
live cheap. Didn't have a ton of expenses, no kids, not married.
Okay.
I was in the basement. It's like one of those basement companies that starts, Yep. I was down and, rolling out of bed on my computer in my boxers, just building the company, trying to, so.
Hey, that's okay. It's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have to take like a loan or anything like that to start your business, or did you have
Not yet.
Okay. You mean at that point,
At that point, we did not.
Okay, that's okay. We can come back to that.
Self-funded, so like we used a lot of our own cash.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you want to? Can we talk about a little that? Then you did have to take out a loan at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point we did. So.
And what was the reason? Florida. Okay. So at what point did you decide that you wanted to try someplace outside of the Northern Michigan region?
Okay. Yep. So. We were like, okay, how can we be busy all year round? How can we, we do have some local customers, but it seems, we've tried marketing to locals, and it just, I don't know if they're using the big companies or if they're just not using it at all, or if, I don't know, we weren't sure. So we were like, how can we be busy all year round? And like, we know our customers, we know who uses us. So we're like, all right, let's try South Florida. Let's go where the snowbirds are going. It's like we're busy up here for 4 or 5 months of the year.
Okay.
I mean, like crazy busy.
Yeah.
So like, all right, let's do the same thing we do up here for the 7 months down in Florida.
Yep.
And so we hired a really nice guy, great guy, super hustler, like did a great job. And this was 2 years ago. So we pulled out a loan to hire this guy.
Okay. Because you had to pay him.
Right.
And probably also get a van down there, I assume.
We didn't have to get a van.
Okay.
We wanted to pay someone down there to do exactly what I did up here, was create relationships. And then any orders that came in, he would do, or we could, and if it got busy enough where we could like hire someone part-time or, buy delivery, kind of. And so 2 hurricanes hit that year that we scaled. And the guy that we hired actually had to evacuate his own home.
Oh.
So like our plan was to like get all these or not customers, but property managers lined up, how many units you have, so we kind of knew like, okay, like they have X amount of bookings. We should make X amount of money. This can pay for him and then grow from there.
Yeah.
And just kind of that stint of like property managers having to rebuild properties, and deal with insurance claims, things like that, was just like, they didn't want anything to do with us because they're busy. They're trying to get their properties back up and running because that's their revenue stream, is like they got to rent these places out. But if they can't, and so like grocery delivery, like pre-arrival was just like, no, we'll talk to you later,
Yeah.
So like for 2-3 months, it was just like nothing was happening. Right. Like, yeah. So it was like, it was really hard. That was a really hard time for us.
Yeah.
And especially with like being self-funded, we didn't raise money. We didn't, we tried to raise money, and that in itself is like a full-time job and something that like I don't think I'm very good at or capable of. And like, you have to give up some equity to raise money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really want to give up equity.
Yeah.
Want to build like a bad company that maybe doesn't scale the world, but like is, becomes big enough to where when we do sell or exit or whatever, or maybe we keep it running, that it can, fund my life.
Yeah.
My co-founder's life and the people that work for us lives. And
yeah,
that's what I want. I don't want to be this like big $1 billion raise company that, I don't know.
No, that I totally get that. That's awesome.
So we took on the risk, took out the loan, and then we had like a certain amount of money left over from the loan. And that's when we kind of told the guy that was like, this isn't working. It's just we were open and honest about it. Like you have about 6 to 8 month runway to like make this work, and it wasn't his fault at all.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It just didn't work out.
So when did you guys say goodbye to Florida then, officially?
Oh, it was like, I think January of last year.
Okay. Do you think you might ever try another area
100%. We'll probably actually, like, we have the contacts to all the property managers down there. Because, like, we were gaining traction. We did have orders down there.
Okay.
And we were like, we're like, oh, this is great. Like, this is actually, like, it was cool to see orders come in a different area than Michigan.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, this could, this is kind of happening. And then the hurricanes hit, and then it just kind of went dead. And then we're like, okay, what do we do now? Mm-hmm. But we kept contact with those property managers, and some of them actually did say, hey, if you end up reopening down here, like, let us know. We'll put you right back in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can honestly say selfishly that if you ever embark in the Florida Keys area, I will definitely be a customer. My mom and I take a trip to Key West every single year. I think this year is going to be like our 11th or 12th year. We're crazy, but
we're you too?
Well, just us two. But this year we are bringing the baby.
Nice.
I'm not going to leave her home. We go for 10 days, and I can't stay away from her for that long. So she is coming, and, she'll be 16, 17 months old by then. And we have a very strict regiment where we get off the plane, we get our rental car, we drop our stuff off at our Airbnb, we jump back in the rental car, and we go to the grocery store. Yep. And I have a very OCD list of our groceries. Everything is categorized, and we just split up. We have 2 carts, and we go and we get it done.
You keep that same list every year?
Hell yes, I do.
Yeah.
And we just evolve it. It will have to be heavily evolved this year because we'll have a baby stuff to throw on there, obviously. But we just build off it. We learn what we don't need. We learn what we do. All that to say, just said to my mom like a week ago, I'm like, we really need to consider doing like Instacart or something this year while we're down there, because we're going to have Isla, my daughter, and she might not be into just going to the grocery store right away. So what if we could just do delivery and have it all ready?
Exactly, yeah.
Even cooler if there was a service like Stocked where we could have it all pretty in our fridge already for us. Brock, let's get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty with funding. So we've kind of jumped around a little bit. How did you determine what to charge people for the service that you are putting out there so that you and, the co-founder can obviously make a little bit of a living here too?
Yep. So this is, like I said before, it was at the time of like Shipt and Instacart and DoorDash were kind of like becoming, more popular and bigger. And we just kind of dug into their pricing model. And kind of utilized that a little bit. But since we weren't doing the same service, we're doing more of a kind of like a white glove service. We ended up charging just a little bit more to like actually go into the unit and put everything away. And so we just kind of like went off the industry standard, marked it up just a tad bit, and went from there.
Okay. So do users pay like a fee? Because I know when I order off of like Meijer, say, I'm sure, I don't know if stuff is necessarily marked up. Is it marked up through like the item?
Yep.
Or is it like a delivery fee?
So we charge $10 per store.
Okay.
And we do have like a markup per item.
Okay.
So it's typically around 20%.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mathing because I'm sure you're also factoring in fuel costs too.
Yes. Typically what we try to, pay the person that's doing the delivery is around $2 a mile.
Okay.
Because it's basically $1 there, $1 back a mile.
Okay.
And I think and then they get the tip too. So yeah. So it's kind of hard because like some are farther than others, and we don't have like a mileage calculator.
Yep.
It's just you know, we try to batch orders, do things where like the driver will always make money when they go out.
Yep.
And obviously us too. But yeah, it's definitely kind of a hard math game.
Yeah. But hey, it's working, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yep.
So you mentioned delivery drivers. It's not just you and the co-founder. You have other employees that work for you. How many employees do you guys have right now?
Right now we have 3 founders, and then we have 2 admin, and we have a fluctuating driver list. And we know them all, which is really cool.
Yep.
And it's around like 4 to 5 in the wintertime, and then like 12 in the summer.
Okay, so that's quite a bit. That's a huge jump then from winter to summer, which obviously meets demand that you guys are dealing with. How do you determine what you can pay each employee?
We're 1099.
Okay.
So it's like contract work. So
Yep.
basically, we pay the driver the tip plus 6.5% of the order.
Okay.
So the determination is how much people order. So if there's a $100 order, the driver automatically gets $6.5 plus whatever the customer tips.
Okay. Nice. So that's pretty easy, clean cut then.
Yep.
Brock, what has been the biggest, I can't believe this is actually working moment for you in this 5-year journey?
I think it was like our initial launch. That like, I can't believe it. Yeah. Like one night in like June, I woke up and there was like, I don't know, I have a screenshot somewhere. There was just like hella orders. And it was like the coolest thing. It's like something you built that you took the time to like, 6-7 months of our time of just constant grind.
Yeah.
That someone actually like press click to order and we're like, I want to use this service. Like that was like that's like the coolest thing.
And that basically happened overnight, you said?
I wouldn't say overnight, but like, like it slowly, like each day went by and we started seeing, 1 order, all of a sudden 2, and then all of a sudden be 3 or 4. And then like, now we know like, okay, people are like, when they book their vacations, like we know like, okay, people are coming into town because there's, X amount of orders on Wednesday. They're like, okay, they're checking in Thursday, they're staying until Sunday. Like, because we can see like the size of their orders too. And it's like, okay, they're staying for 7 days, or, oh my gosh, they're staying for 2 weeks, because it's just funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like I think that was like waking up and seeing my phone just full of orders was like, this is really cool. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. How many Airbnb partners do you think you guys are up to right now?
We are up to probably around like 25. We partner with like bigger property management companies. So like one property management company could be managing 100 properties.
Right.
So that's 100 potential, customers check-in. So every time that, they could have 100 check-ins that week.
It's amazing.
Potential is 100 customers.
That's amazing. So cool. Brock, how has Stocked been received by local businesses and property managers? Are they loving you? What do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, everyone has been super like ecstatic for me, and like the business community is amazing up here. Like I can't thank the people that like entrusted me enough to like start this. Like I literally came with them with like an idea. I was like, I don't even have the product yet, but like, what do you think about this? And they were like, yeah, let's. And then like I came up with the product, and they're like, yeah, this. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. It didn't look the greatest at the time, but they were like, yeah, we'll put you out there. But they like, and then local businesses, it's like, I want to expose them to people that aren't in the area. Mm-hmm. I know like I could go into a whole rabbit hole about how like people don't like short-term rentals because they think it ruins the area. But honestly, like it's bringing new money into our economy.
Yeah.
Like you can ask any business owner what the best months are, and it's going to be the months that the tourists are here. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And like those are the months that they are using to pay the employees to go through the winter time.
Yep.
So it's like, ask the local businesses. We love tourists. Like, and that's why.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
We are a tourist town.
We're a tourist town.
I
mean, I love our local community. I'm not saying that anything bad, I just think that like the tourism gets a bad rep and like but it funds a lot of things around the area.
It does. A lot of what the area is would not be possible without our guests. So,
Right.
Yeah. Nope. Absolutely agree. Brock, this is a fun segment that we're going to do. It's called Money Minute. Okay. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Some are random. Some have to do with the subject. I just want you to answer in like as few words as possible. First thing that comes to mind when I ask you the questions.
Oh, boy.
Are you up for that?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to start. This is an easy one, I think. What is your favorite grocery store to shop at?
Costco.
What is one financial mistake that you made early on that you're just like, what the heck? And that other people could learn from?
Buying logo wear, like spending money on local wear. No, especially if like you're not a, what do they call those? Like a lifestyle company.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on to that until you have like employees to give them to, because then they can rep it. But like,
sure. I guess that's a good follow-up question then. Do your employees wear a uniform or do they wear clothes?
Yep. We send them like a crew neck with a nice stock logo on it or t-shirt. And,
nice.
Yeah.
Very
and I actually learned how to like make t-shirts myself. So that was kind of nice. Little skill that I learned.
Very savvy.
Yeah. Well, got a Cricut. So
you even got a Cricut?
I got a Cricut, learned how to make it there, but then I actually know how to like screen print too. So
that's awesome. Yeah. That's great. And I bet you that saved you some money in the process too.
Yeah.
Good for you. Great. Okay. Next question. What is the best money decision that you have made for Stocked?
Raising prices.
What is something that you absolutely refuse to pay for the business, but now you just can't live without it?
Probably paying a monthly subscription for like ChatGPT.
What is a grocery store item that customers always forget?
Always forget?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like mayo or mustard. It's like they'll buy a bunch of sandwich stuff and then there will be no mayo. I will even catch it. I'll like look at the order and be like, I think these people are going to reach out about adding mayo and mustard.
Yeah.
And like, ding, the phone rings. It's like, hey, we forgot to add this. Can we get it added?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Probably, yeah.
So good to know you have that feature where you can go back and say, I forgot something.
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. What is the most vacation energy item that you see in orders?
Vacation energy?
Yeah, like, oh, they're on vacation.
Probably like, I don't know, 3 packs of like water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like when we see people with like 3 packs of water, we're like, all right, it's either a bachelorette party, a bachelor party,
okay,
some kind of, group trip.
Yeah.
But these people are like going on vacation. Like the 3 packs of water is pretty key.
They are hydrating.
Yes.
On the kind of the flip side, what is the strangest item that you have ever had someone order and then you were just kind of left wondering why?
That's a good question, because I was actually asked that a while ago. I guess this summer someone ordered like what was it? I think it was a sound machine.
Kind of random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ordered a sound machine.
As a mom who has a lot of baby gear to cart around when we travel, I bet you it was a mom who forgot her sound machine for her child at home.
Probably.
I bet that's it. Okay, that makes sense. Or there's another flip side. I'm a fangirl. Not a fangirl, but a fan girl.
I kind of knew what you meant.
Have to have some sound in my room. So if there isn't a fan in their Airbnb, perhaps that is what they ordered it for too, if it wasn't for the kid. Fangirl.
Yes.
What is more stressful to you, an empty fridge or an empty bank account?
Empty fridge.
And what is the one thing that you personally always make sure is stocked in your fridge when you arrive on vacation?
Powerade Zeros.
Brock, we always like to end the section kind of by spreading a little bit of love. So who would be a local business, person, organization that has really just been really influential to you in the stocked business, would you say? Someone you just want to make sure you give a shout out to? Yeah,
there's actually 2. But Jake from Burt's Market has been like a huge advocate. Love working with him. And if no one knows, Burt's Market is like, right here on Front Street, right down the road there. It's a great market. I actually live like 700 feet from it, so I'm always there.
Okay, nice.
he's just such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, just loves what we're doing, wants to help any way he can, and just an all outgoing guy. And then Chase Bonhag from First Ignite, he runs a AI company, and he deals with universities, and he's just been like a guy I look up to. He's a founder, and he just like has been a mentor to me, like throughout, my business, struggles and achievements. And he's a big advocate too, and just great guy. And I met him just through entrepreneurship. It wasn't a, childhood friend or anything. And he's like same age as me, and he's going through it with me, and he understands like what's going on, but like he's a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah.
He started his company, I think 2 years before I did. So
okay.
He's just been a huge help.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, shout out to those guys then.
Yeah.
Brock, what has been harder than you expected it to be with running this business?
Logistics is a tough business. I thought, it was just like, oh, we're just going to pick up groceries and drop them off. And it's just, there's a lot more to it than that. I don't think people realize how much time actually goes into like the grocery adventure. Getting in your car, well, in wintertime, warming up your car, getting in your car, getting to the store, getting a cart, loading your cart, unloading your cart, checking out yourself now, and then loading that cart back up to bring out to the parking lot, emptying that cart again, putting it in your car, and then taking your cart to the little designated spot in the parking lot. Yeah. Like that's a lot of time out of your day.
Yes.
To grocery shop.
Yeah.
And so like now it's like we do that as a business, and it's like that is a lot of time, because your time compared to what they pay can like, if it takes you 3 hours, your pay is going to get less. If it takes you less than 3 hours, it'll be more. It just, it depends. Mm-hmm. But that's been like logistically too, is like trying to batch orders, trying to make sure that each order is generating positive cash flow. It's just, that's been the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can totally understand that. What is something that looks really glamorous or easy from the outside, but it's really not?
Running a business.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everyone's like, it's so funny. Not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone. That's a bad thing to say, but people will come up to you. They're like, oh, it must be nice. You own a business. It's like, I don't love that people when they say that must be nice, because it's like one of those things. They think that you have it so good as a business owner, and like you're immediately rich and you have all this money. And it's like, no, actually I have less money than I've ever had. I actually have less money than I had when I had a job. So
yeah,
it's just like you take on a huge financial risk.
But would you do anything different?
No, I wouldn't change it and figure it out.
You still love it then?
I still love it. Yeah.
Despite making less, it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's a great attitude to have. What about if someone came to you from out of state, because we don't want no competitors. If someone came to you and they had this idea and they looked to you for advice, should I do this? Should I not? What would be a piece of advice you'd give them to follow, and a piece of advice that you'd say, yeah, make sure you don't do this?
I would say if they had the same idea, they came into, and asked me, I would tell them to do as many delivers as they can to learn how to actually do it.
Okay.
Before you dive in and actually start the business.
Okay.
And then what not to do?
Yeah. Don't buy logo wear.
Don't buy logo wear. Yeah. Don't buy logo wear in the beginning.
Okay.
No, that's a hard one, because there's a lot of not what to do's. You actually don't know what those not what to do's until you actually do those. Okay.
But I suppose I've noticed a trend with the show that those things you still do learn from.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was like, you don't know what those are until you do them. So that's why you learn. It's like.
So maybe the piece of advice is learn from your mistakes?
Learn from your mistakes as fast as you can. Yeah. I would say it's like, break things.
Yeah.
What is that? That's a Facebook thing, I think. Move fast, break things.
All right. Good piece.
The faster you break them, the faster you fix them.
Yeah. Good pieces of advice. Last question for you, Brock, and then I swear we're done.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah.
What is next for Stacked? Key West.
Yeah. I wish Key West. We're going to stay local. We're going to try Michigan. We have plans to go kind of towards Saugatuck area.
Okay.
And then would really love to be more up towards like Petoskey, Harbor Springs, Bay Harbor area.
Okay.
And then, just down the west coast of Michigan. And just really try to, take Michigan on as, we're a local company. We want to be here, and we want to be, we want to thrive in Michigan.
Yeah.
So
take over Michigan.
Yeah.
And then maybe move outward past Michigan
Yep.
someday.
Yep.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Brock, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. I know that was a lot to unpack, but
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many stories. I mean, it's fun. Like business ownership is fun, but it is very hard.
Yeah.
And there's days where, I just want to curl up in a ball, that's real. It's like, am I failing? What am I not doing right? Whatever. It's just, that's how it is. And every business owner goes through that. And,
yeah.
No one's alone.
Nope.
So,
Nope. That is another thing that we have definitely learned on this show. And no one is ever alone. You guys are all on the same, very similar journey. So yeah, keep sticking with it. It sounds like it's a great thing.
Yeah. Yep. Having fun with it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you again, Brock. And thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Bleep the Budget. Do not forget to give us a like, follow, share, and share it with your friends. Anyone who needs a little bit of financial advice. Thanks for tuning in to Bleep the Budget.